Hello, my name is Skylar Moore, and I want to welcome you to my presentation for my business process redesign. The business process that I will be discussing is the Riverside University Health System Behavioral Health Application for Services. The application process for Riverside University Health System Behavioral Health is a process that allows individuals with mental health and or substance abuse disorders to obtain services in an effort to treat their symptoms. Currently, only individuals that receive Medi-Cal and are low income are eligible to receive services from Riverside University Health System Behavioral Health. An application must be completed to determine qualifications and/or eligibility. Here's a flow chart of the current process. The application process for services with Riverside University Health System Behavioral Health is as follows. An individual must first be referred by a physician, Medi-Cal, hospital, probation, adult protective services, children and family services, or be a self-referral. An individual must currently have Medi-Cal and or be eligible for Medi-Cal. An individual must apply for services by filling out a paper application for services, discussing medical history, and reason for seeking services. An individual is then required to participate in an assessment with a therapist to determine eligibility, qualification, and need. And finally, an individual is either then admitted or denied based off of medical necessity, therapist recommendation, income, and ability to obtain Medi-Cal. The purpose that the process is serving for the organization is ensuring that the appropriate population is being served and that their needs are being met. The major stakeholders in the process are citizens, consumers, and overlapping public service agencies because consumers' needs are being met through the admittance and or denial through the application process. Overlapping agencies are better able to serve their clients due to assisting them in receiving the appropriate help to ensure that they are as successful as possible in being productive members of society. Citizens' needs are being met because their tax dollars are being utilized effectively by serving the individuals with the highest need, with the highest risk in society. Here's a flow chart of an improved business process. An application must first be referred by a physician, Medi-Cal, hospital, probation, adult protective services, children and family services, or self-referral. An individual must currently have Medi-Cal or be eligible for Medi-Cal. An individual must apply for services by filling out an electronic application for services, discussing medical history, reasons for seeking services, and also answer pre-populated questions for a therapist to assess. An individual is then either admitted or denied based off of medical necessity, therapist recommendation, income, and ability to obtain Medi-Cal. Therapists will follow up with an individual either via telephone or in person based off of eligibility. The amount of consumers served each quarter and annually will be used to measure performance and outcome. The number of days required to process requests for services application will also be required, as the standard will be 10 business days or less. The barriers to implementing this business process redesign is changing the organizational culture from the top down. Upper management must be willing to allow assessments and paperwork to be completed electronically, as a major component to the success of the business process redesign is having the ability to do so. The organizational culture is to conduct assessments and applications in person. However, with ever-growing technological advances such as electronic assessments or electronic applications will be essential to the growth, development, and improvement of this business process to ensure that citizens are served more adequately, efficiently, and effectively. The application process for services will be expedited and more consumers with mental health and/or substance abuse disorders will be seen and served. Individuals that require less intensive forms of care will be referred to the appropriate level of care conducive to their needs.